All right, hello everyone. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and today we are going to try to be doing another AWS project. So it is going to be the same one that I attempted to do about a month ago. I can't really remember how long ago it was. Maybe it was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I tried to do a project with AWS a little bit ago, and it didn't work out. We got things, all of the different components working, like the Lambda function. We got the static website loaded. We got the database working. We got the Lambda communicating to the database. So we got all of these different components working. We had the API gateway, but when we tried to send a request all the way from the static web page all the way through to the gateway, to the Lambda function, to the database, from the database back to the, I think it was Lambda function, and then to the API gateway, and then back to our web page. That failed. And I kind of left off the video because I think it was like a 2.5 hour long video. I was pretty tired. But then obviously, I haven't. I was planning on getting back to it a little bit sooner, but just I have been fairly busy recently, so now I'm back. Okay, so a little bit tired today, but I feel like this is something that is just a good way of viewing things. Is just even if you're tired, just try to take a step forward anyways. So I'm gonna try to power through it. We'll see how far we get. Even if we don't make it, we learned along the way, right? Like even if this video we fail again, I hope not. Oh my goodness. But even if we do, it's like learning. It's the process of learning. So we're following along on this tutorial here. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. So we're following along with this tutorial, and I'm just going along with this person here. So let's kind of get what is happening here. Okay, so
as with most things in AWS,
there we go.
There's actually several ways.
So we're going to be trying to do all of this stuff. Create a web page, evoke the math functionality, that's the Lambda function, a way to do some math, that's also the... Okay, so evoking is the API gateway, doing the math is the Lambda function, storing obviously is the database, and then handling permissions is part of the project in its entirety. Okay, so let's kind of go here. So what she does is she gets this index.html file. So what I am going to do is I am going to, let's see, new folder, sure, and called, there we go. Okay, so now what I can do is touch, how do I get to the terminal on this? Whatever. Okay, so maybe I can come in here. Do I have this up or... Okay, fine. So open folder. Okay. Desktop. What did I just call it? Untitled folder 2. Kind of like this. Okay. And then new terminal. So I need to touch dex.html. Okay. So now is it... There we go. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Now I can come down here and grab. So in the previous video, I typed everything out by hand. I'm not going to be doing this in this video. I'm not typing things out by hand because I want to get the project successful. And I'm thinking maybe I did something strange along the way. I don't really know. So anyways, I'm just going to go and copy the HTML file. So we have this. Awesome. So copy, go to VS Code, and paste. There we go, save that, and we should be good. Okay, so now I think the next step was to go to the amplify, right? So I have my amplify deploy an app. Was it this one? Okay. And deploy without GitHub. That's what I want, right? And I don't want a template because I have my own HTML file. Okay. So now app name, I'm just going to follow what she's doing. So it was like power of math, I think. Let me confirm that. So I'm going to go back to that video and make sure that she is doing the same thing that we are doing. Okay,
Also,
so
it's a text file. And we'll call this index.html. You can get rid of the txt.
probably should not be drinking coffee because it's 8:20, but yeah, there's only a little bit left.
Yes,
Right.
we want to change this. We want an HTML file. Or if
Okay.
you have a preferred way to create a new HTML file, you can go ahead and do that. But let's open this one up. I'm going to use Notepad++. I'm going to display. This one will be called index-original. We are going to up just compressed folder.
So compress the folder. Okay.
To zip up your files, do that. So you should have one zip.
Okay. So we compress the file. Where did my file actually go? Not downloads, this one. All right, compress index.html. There we go. And now, can we just drag and drop?
File called index. And now we're going to use Amplify to deploy that.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here in the
Okay.
AWS console, navigate to one app here already. This is the completed app host here. And
Deploy
continue.
without. Yep, that's what I did too.
Give the app a name.
Power
and
of
call mine
Math.
Power of Math 2, since I already have an original one.
Yep. Okay.
The environment name, I'm going to use dev, and we want to drag and drop.
Dev. Sure. Branch name dev. Drag and drop. All right. Choose a zip folder. All right. So. Desktop. Okay. And then it should be untitled folder 2, right? And then this one. And then open. All right.
So here's where you grab that zip file that we created a minute ago. Just drag that over. Save and deploy.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if this is a small bug, but you might need to refresh there, but you'll see deployment is successful.
Okay,
And
let's do that and see if we get it. All right, so save and deploy. Okay. So deployed, and we have our domain here. Let me try clicking it. Open in a new tab. Okay, so it worked. We're able to, oops. Let me, actually, I'm kind of curious. Can I copy and paste this? So copy this and then go into a different browser. Okay. It's on the public internet. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay. Here we go. So we're back here.
Is your link.
That's
You
right.
can also get to this anytime by coming over to domain management, and you can access those links as well. Okay, so let's open this in a new tab.
That's right. That's what I did too. And we got it,
the
huh?
original one open here too. Let me just close that so I don't get confused. But we now have a live
Okay.
web page that users.
So now we are able to, from outside, we are able to go in and access this web page, which is actually pretty cool because it's very simple, right? Like that was like 3 buttons and we're live. I mean, that's pretty cool, huh?
Can navigate to. Back
Okay.
to our list of things to do.
Do some math.
I'm
This is
actually
going to
gonna
be
skip
the
around a
lambda
little bit.
function.
To do this, we're going to use a
Yep,
lambda
see,
function.
there we go.
For example, in where manage. So here, and this time
All
we're
right,
going to navigate.
so this one here, okay, let me refresh it. And so I think I deleted everything. Oh, maybe I didn't delete the role yet? I don't know. Oh, this is something access manager, identity access manager. This is not, okay. This is not the lambda function. So lambda, okay, yes, that's what we want. We want lambda. Okay, and we want to do it in Python, okay. Oh, this is how it works. Create a function, okay. Author from scratch, yes. And then this one should be power of math as well. We want it to be in Python. I believe we are running 86, not ARM, right? Okay. I believe we do create function, and then we can just copy and paste the one that they have in there. But I'm just going to make sure that
this from scratch, that should be your
yep.
239.
Power of math function is what she calls it. Okay, so I'm just going to do the exact same. Power of math function. Okay. No, not this one. This one.
All right, this code down here, we're going to need to update.
All right, so now we go in and actually do it. So create function here. Oh, do we need to do like execution rule or anything?
All right, this code down here.
Apparently not. Okay, let's go to the lambda function. It's the original one. Okay. Copy that. Should. What's this? Set up local environment, Amazon command line interface. Dismiss. I don't need you right now. Okay. Power of math function. Okay. Come down here, lambda function, and paste you in there. Okay. And now deploy, believe. Okay, and now we need to set up a test. So we come in here. Power of math test. Okay. We're passing in. Let me look at the function actually. So we're passing in base and exponent. Okay. Okay, and what is the exponent going to be? I'm going to say it's 2, and the base is going to be 4. So 4 to the power of 2. Okay, so I should be able to save and then test. Details 16. So we were able to get that working. That's kind of cool. Our lambda function is working. Okay.
Here, we're going to need to up the link and keep them. Then you've got, here's where we do most of the work. This is where we're getting our math result. Plugging them in code to make sure this function, let's go set up a function test event.
Okay, we did all
That's
this.
working. Okay. So that was just configuring the test event. Now we need, and we get a status code of 200, and the result is 8. Perfect.
Yep.
Our Lambda function is working.
Okay.
This is what we have so far, just the simple HTML text. It does help basically invoke
Yeah.
the Lambda function.
Yeah, give me a like. I agree, give me a like. Okay. Anyways.
So our users
Okay.
obviously aren't going to go into the AWS console like we just
So
did
now we
that
set up the
function to
gateway.
run. Build your own API, Pocket APIs.
Now,
Really,
this part I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to because I think that this is actually where I had the problem, right? I said that there was a problem talking between the web page and my gateway, but I think my gateway all the way to my database and back, I think this part was working. It must be this connection.
really the perfect way to invoke a Lambda function. So let's go do that.
All right, so we're going
Back
to
here
go
in
do
the
that.
browser, I'm also going to open a new tab for this just so we can keep all the services up and visible
API
easily.
gateway.
And for this one, we're going to navigate to API Gateway.
Already there.
Let's create a new one by clicking on the Create API button up here.
No more.
For this, we're going to be using REST API.
Okay.
So here on this,
So let's do that. Create API, REST API here. Build. Okay. New API. Not this one. This one.
section, click on the Build button. You can leave these first two options as they are. So this will be REST and a new API. And then we need to give it a name.
Okay. REST, new API, Power of Math API. Okay. New API. I think that's good.
So mine will be Power of Math API 2.
Do we need to specify REST? I thought that we already did here. Okay.
You can leave everything else. Over here on the left, make sure you have.
All right, so then we come here and actually create the API. Okay, so well, I see something that says deploy, and I also see something that says create resource. Did I not deploy last time? Was that, maybe that's a problem? I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching.
Have resources selected. And then
Okay.
here, make sure you've got the backslash selected. And then on the actions menu, create method.
Okay, let's create a method. Okay, apparently not like that. Okay. So, what if I go APIs, power? Create method here. Wait, what? Select method. Oh, here we go. We're gonna do a post. Okay. Integration type is with our Lambda function. Okay, okay. East. Hold up. What? It says that I'm in Ohio. Okay. Do I need to change that actually? I'm not sure. Provide the Lambda function name alias. You can also. So do I need the Lambda's ARN?
The type of method will be
Okay,
a post.
let me see.
So remember, the user is sending in some data, those two numbers. And then click the little check mark right here. For integration type, we're going to use a Lambda function. And then the Lambda function name itself, you'll need to start typing in here, but it should be Power of Math.
Okay. Let's see if it just auto does it. Hmm. Well, that's not right. Is it the region? I don't know. Let me just do this copy. Okay. All right. Should be good now.
And in this case, function 2 for me. Click on save. And okay. Here we're giving API gateway permission to invoke this Lambda function.
All right.
Now, one other thing.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. I think we're good. Let's do create method. Okay, let me this back up here so that I can see this. See that we have a test. Let's keep watching here.
What we need to do is enable cores.
Yeah, I remember enabling cores. This is the part that was very difficult for me because I think that they changed the layout of everything. So here they just do actions enable cores.
Or cross-origin resource sharing.
But mine,
so come over
it's
here
not the
and make sure
case.
You've got post selected, and then on the actions menu,
Enable cores, see. But for me, I can't do that. So I have this selected, there's nothing for me to select. So actions, no. Integration requests, no. 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 Gateway responses. Resources. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Enable cores. So do I need to do post? Oh, no. I just do enable cores here. Okay.
And basically what this does is allows a web application running in one origin or domain to be able to access resources on a different origin or domain. So because our web application is running on one domain in Amplify, our Lambda function is going to be running in another. We need to be able to work across those domains or origins.
Let's
That's
do
why
it.
we're doing this. You can just click on enable cores.
So,
and so that's why we're doing.
Let's see. Default, they didn't press anything. They just did post and then that. Okay, whatever. So post here and this. Maybe I didn't click that post. I have no idea. I'm just trying to think about what I could have done last time. Okay, something changed there. So now I have this thing called options. I don't know what that is. There's options. Okay.
Doing this, you can just click on. And now let's deploy the API so we can test it out. So up here again on the actions menu, let's deploy API.
Okay, let's do it. Deploy API. Stage. Ooh. Okay.
We'll need to set up a new stage here. You might have different stages for dev, test, production, and so on. This one we'll call dev and deploy.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Dev and deploy. Okay. So we have this evoke. This is what we're gonna have to use for the fetch request in the HTML. So I'm gonna save this here. So I'm gonna say, what's this going to be? AWS, and then for Lambda, this is the Lambda, right? No, this is not Lambda. This is API Gateway. It is going to be this thing here. Okay.
And then you'll need to copy this URL right here, the invoke URL.
Yep.
And we'll need that later, so just...
What's kind of cool right now, I don't know if it's going to work. Again, I don't know if I've solved the problem that I originally had, or if I come up with a new problem, I do some, right? But when I'm doing this video here, I'm feeling much more like, oh, I have a handle of things. I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit more, and I'm much more comfortable with these steps because I've done it before. So it's kind of, this is what I'm talking about with, even if you do something when you're really tired, it's better than not doing anything, because even if you do something tired, you're still going to learn along the way. So anyways.
Pull up a notepad or wherever you want to keep this. I'll do that myself now.
Right.
URL, left, come into resources.
Resources.
Click on post.
Post,
And
okay.
here you'll kind of see a flow of how this works.
Yeah.
So we have the method request, get this response back to
That's right.
lightning bolt here.
So I don't think we necessarily had that, but let's come here. We enabled cores, that's great. Now we need to go back to resources, okay. Then click on post, okay. Post. See what does it say deploy again? Okay.
And this will let us send in whatever test data we want. So we'll just keep it simple. It's say,
Okay, same thing that we did last time. Okay. There we go. Base is going to be 3 and exponent is going to be 4. Okay. Can I just do test? Let's see. See if it works. Okay. So we got an error. Awesome.
Now let's test. And here's the result. 16, everything worked. Yay! The request, the URL, and I'll just save that for later. This is a flow of how this works. So we have the method request, the integration request to Lambda. Lambda's going to work its magic, and then we're eventually going to get this response back to the client, to the browser.
But we don't.
So here, and this will let us send in.
But we don't. We don't. Well, let's see what it says here. Change the integration request mapping base and exponent to a vir at the top level event. You can modify the API gateway. Deploy. Dev, I don't know. Okay, deploy. Just do it. Okay. Resources. Post. Here. Test. There's no query parameters, right? None, none. And that body, the body, do we need to save something? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this again. Paste it into here, okay, and then go to my Lambda function. Test functions, power of math function here, okay. So I have this API gateway cooked up. Okay. So, access base, but the actual structure looks like this. Okay, however, in a proxy integration, the body field is actually a string. What? But why hers worked? This doesn't make any sense. Hold
Whatever
on.
test data we lambda act, comma, try with, and here's the result.
Okay, this doesn't make any sense at all. Endpoint request here. So like permissions or what? Like what? This doesn't make any sense. Internal server error. Base. So base and exponent are nested inside a body. Yeah, right? What's the problem? I don't know. Let's try to just change this. See if this works. Where's deploy? Deploy, okay. So the ARN and everything else should stay the same. So if I just do test again, is it going to work? Okay. So okay, that's weird. Well, is it like some kind of updated library, or I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna take my wins.
Worked. Yay! Oh, we still
Okay.
have next for. Now maybe I should rephrase that. We don't actually have to store the results anywhere. We could just return them. As we do that, we're also going to need to handle permissions between the different modes. It's generally going to be relationship. So let's go work on this next.
All right, so let's go get DynamoDB. Okay.
All right, once again, I'm going to open a new tab so we can keep this one. And here we want to create table.
Yeah.
For table name,
Okay.
I'll do Power of Math Database 2.
Okay. Create table, power of math database. Okay. Partition key, I don't know, ID.
For partition key, we'll say ID. You can leave everything else the same.
String.
And create table.
Okay. Okay. Loading. There we go. All right. Exciting times, huh? Exciting times. All right, this one.
Okay, now we do need to save the Amazon resource name or the ARN for this.
All right, let's do it. This one. Okay, here we are. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
So if you click into that table and under general information and additional info, grab this ARN right here for your links, and we'll come back. This has to do with our Lambda function having permissions to write to this table.
All right, let's.
So we'll come back to our Lambda function here, the Power of Math function 2.
Yep.
Or if you've closed that tab, just navigate back to Lambda and find this function. And you want to go to the configuration tab
Configuration of the Lambda. Okay, awesome. I'm guessing permissions.
And then if it's not already selected, go to permissions.
Yep.
And then you want to click on this role name here, the execution role.
All right.
This should open up in a new tab. And we basically...
Permissions. Here. Yep, now we're in the identity. Oh, it says it right here. Identity and access management. There we go.
We need to add some additional permissions to what this role has already. Permissions related to DynamoDB. To do that, come over here to the right, add permissions.
Yeah. Attach.
And create inline policy.
Inline, okay.
And then I personally find it easier just to work with the JSON codes.
Does she have the JSON here? Yeah. Okay, good. Cool. That way I don't need to. There we go. Copy that and paste it in to here. So do I need to select it though? Hold up a second.
To do that, come over here to the right, add permissions.
Add permissions, okay.
And create.
Okay, so I don't need to select it. Add permissions, create inline policy, JSON, and put you in there. Okay, Errors. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Errors. Actually, is it still in my clipboard? No, it's not in my clipboard because I just copy and pasted this entire JSON. It is here though, so that's fine. So I'm giving Lambda permission to go into my database, right? Yeah.
Inline policy. And if you want to, what I have here is in DynamoDB. But very importantly, let me grab mine.
Yeah.
We'll give it a name. Power of Math Dynamo Policy.
Okay, fine. Okay. Power of Math Policy. Yeah. Okay.
And finally, create policy down here on the lower right.
Awesome.
Okay, so that was the permissions thing that we needed to
Okay.
get through. Now we can update the Lambda function to actually go right to the database.
All right, let's do it.
It wasn't doing that before, so let's.
But we might need to see if we need to change that Lambda function again. All right, so let me close out of this one. Come here, go down to Lambda here. Awesome. And now back into here, go to code. So this is the one that kind of worked, that ChatGPT generated. And now I am going to just paste that into there. Okay. Now, where's the save and deploy? Here it is. Deploy. Was it successful? Okay, there it is. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Let's come back to the Lambda function here and code. And if you still have your execution results up, you can just close those. We want the function.py here, your Python code. And for this one, I also have some code completed that I'll just paste in. Let me grab that. This one's going to be power of math function lambda. Everything, table names, since I'm using a 2 at the end of mine. So I'll just walk you through what's new.
Okay, I need to make sure that that associates. Power of Math DB. Okay. Table is here. DB, okay.
Here. So we have 2 new imports up here, one for the 3, but one for the put item, and then we're in for. All right, so paste in that updated code, make sure you save with a Control S, and then let's test. So we should still have the same test case back here, or test.
All right, so let's do that test. Let's test here. Failed, awesome. Yes. But we just did this. Attach policies. We just did that though. Okay, what was this? Let me see the policy that I pasted in. It should work though. Should work. This is created though. Okay. Create inline of. Okay. Come here. Paste this into here. Okay. Get rid of this. Okay. And then copy this into there, and now that goes away. Copy this. Okay. East 1. This is East 2. What? How do I even know? This. And wasn't that just auto-generated for me? How do I know which one to use? I copy and pasted the ARN from my AWS of the DB. Then let's give it that context. Let's come here. Let's do all of this, okay. Actually, let me just do all of this there. When you copied the ARN directly from AWS console, it shows East 2. Does it? Hold on, let me see. East 2, okay? Yeah, this means it's in Ohio. Okay, sure. But earlier, your Lambda function was running in East 1. Okay, so when your Lambda tries to access a table in a different region, it fails unless you explicitly configure the cores or you move Lambda to the same region. What to do? Move Lambda to East 2. Create... Okay, this is just like ridiculous. Okay. What? Wait, they can't talk to each other if they're not in the same location? This doesn't, and then that's gonna mess everything else up. It's gonna mess my gateway up. It's gonna mess everything. Um. Took a how sabi call. Okay, let's fine. We will delete you. And there's no way to just change it to... Can't I do like... Oops. Can't I do like enable... Can't I enable cores on it though? Could I enable cores for it? But that is on the gateway, not the actual connection between the Lambda and DB. So this is ridiculous. Why would it matter what region it's on? This. Okay, fine. Whatever. We'll just delete it. we can do create table, power of math db, partition key is ID, and now we need to be able to say like, hey, you are this region, but there is no option. And then it's going to fail again. So East 2. Should have just done Oregon. This is East 2, and yeah, I'll give you some feedback. Okay. East 2. Okay, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I deleted my DynamoDB, and now I am trying to get a new one. How should I create it such that I don't get this error? But I don't know where my Lambda function is deployed. That's the problem. What is this? It says Virginia. Why did... So why are we in Virginia? This is not... Okay, fine. Let's do Virginia. Let's be in Virginia, I guess. I don't know. But this one's Ohio. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So now I don't have any there. What is going on? Where did it go? Man, this is... I have a headache too. Lambda, come on. Just... No, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. This go away. This is not what I want to see. Where's the just dashboard? This is horrific. Horrific. That... Oh my gosh. Okay, this is just terrible. Nope, see, this is very bad. Just give me the dashboard. There. Okay. Functions. Power of math. Okay. Again, what? region is it? It doesn't say, and apparently the whole fucking thing doesn't work if you don't have the region. But there's no indication anywhere of region, right? Code. Do you see region? No. Code properties. No region. No region. No region. ARN actions. Can I do change region? No, I cannot. Throttle. Test. Let's see. Does test have region? No, it does not. Monitor. Does monitor have region? No, it does not. Configure. Oh, that sounds promising. Maybe this one does. Resource. East 1. Okay. So it's East 1. Whatever East 1 is, I don't know, is Virginia. Okay, so my Lambda is in Virginia. My database is in Ohio. So I want to create one in Virginia. Cancel. Leave. Leave. Just go, go, go. No, I don't want... Partition keys ID. Create table. Then I need to get this. Get the ARN. After this, I just want to go to sleep. Okay. East 1. Okay, so now we are no longer East 2. We are East 1. That was way too difficult to figure out. I would have never figured that out if it wasn't for ChatGPT. I would have never figured that out. Wait, hold on. What did I just do? I am roles, power of math. Yeah. Yes. That's correct. Next. Okay. Create policy. No. Okay. It's correct. So come here, policy name. I see. Power of math policy. Okay. Create policy. Come on. Just go. Lambda. Test. Just go to code. I don't know. Test. Okay, there we go. There we go. We solved it. We solved it. That's good. Okay. Note to self: always be in the same region. I should have just picked the best state, Oregon. It's my problem. I didn't pick Oregon. Okay. Wow.
Original one. Let's see what we have now. Grab that.
I don't know where we were.
This one's going to be power of math function lamp here. So, and the first for Dynamo. So this is the same as what we had before. Change it to that table items. This will show you what's.
Oh, now we need to check to see if we actually put that in our database. Let's come to power of math here, indices. Monitor, maybe? $16 created today, or whatever, created tomorrow. That's fine, it's whatever. I don't, it put it in the database, that's all I care.
Been stored there. We have a result now. So this is the one that just came through from us running that test. So this was the math result here, 8, and then the time that happened. All right, things are looking good. We're writing things to the DynamoDB table. We've got the proper permissions on the Lambda function. We're super.
All right, so I went from here to here. Okay, that's what I just did. And now we're going to try to go from here to here. And that failed last time for me.
Super close.
Maybe it's because of
noticed
regions.
That we're missing a connector here. Index that up. I'll open it in Notepad+.
Okay, so we're going to go down and more. Okay, this is the final one. Copy you. Okay. Save that. Oops. Delete you. Okay. And compress. That's my. Okay, whatever. Okay. Then go back and upload this to here. Okay.
So defdex update and call APIs defined right up here.
Oh, right.
Whoops.
We are going to need to.
And this is what's hooking us up to
adjust
our
that.
API gateway and grab.
See how they.
You can open back here. Just grab the zip file, a new zip, and then we're going to need to go redeploy it using Amplify. So I've got Amplify open in this first tab back here. Just grab the zip file, drag it over here.
I'm not seeing a thing that does redeploy. Do we need to? How do we redeploy? Deploy updates, okay. Oh, but this one is actually wrong because I need to go in and get this. Yeah, that's fine right there. Where is it actually? Calling the gateway. Here we go. API gateway. It should be this one here. Where did I here. Okay. Saved that. Now go back into here, delete this one, move to trash, okay. Then compress this one, then go here, choose zip, this one, open, save and deploy. Okay. That's not what we want at all. That's not what we want. There we go. Okay, that's more like it. So 4 to the power of 9. Calculate, come on. So we did not get a pop-up right there, so it's not working. If I come to the database, yeah. Awesome, awesome.
Here.
It doesn't work again.
And this will automatic from earlier. And first, you're on our HTTPs. So here, go along and have a working application
it doesn't.
Yourself.
We didn't get that notification there.
Hope you under free tier. Long. All right, that's our completed.
Okay, this is awful. This is so bad. I'm sorry, Amazon. Can you design a worse? Like the what? I have no idea. This doesn't make any sense. I've struggled with this for way too long.操你妈的！我靠，你傻逼的！ All right. So obviously her code doesn't work. Um, Maybe I falsely put the blame on Amazon. If so, apologies to Amazon. Okay. Deploy. Test. Event failed. I got something. deploy updates. Okay, drag and drop, and drag and drop, yep, here. Awesome, go to index set by end, go, save and deploy, come on. Okay, now, this is going to be out of date, so I don't want to click this anymore. And now I can come here, let's see, deploying, good, click, good. 1 to the power of 1, okay, come on. Okay. Is 1 right there. Okay. So we just don't get any message back. I don't care. All I wanted to do was actually hook up the AWS. That's fine though. Okay. I do care. I'll do it later. Okay. Well, we did get kind of the main thing that I wanted to get done, which was we were able to get this client-side application or website, which is hosted on AWS, to communicate to the API gateway. The API gateway evokes the Lambda function. The Lambda function talks to the database stores it successfully, and then something into the ether. But yeah, so we got further than we did last time, and I was also able to figure out, okay, well, make sure that you deploy in the same region, because apparently that matters, and you're not able to talk to anything outside of your own region. So there you go. Stay in Oregon. Always be in Oregon. That's what I learned. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to continue following, subscribe to this channel. That would be awesome. I would love to have you around. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, and I should say, I apologize, Amazon. It wasn't your fault. It was the code. It's the code, not yours. So, apologies. Oh, okay.